Do you know that the Jehovah's Witnesses are the one and only true religion personally chosen by God? So where were they before 1879 when they started? My name is Amber. I grew up in the Jehovah's Witness cult, spent almost 40 years in it, fifth generation, and I'm on here sharing my experiences. This was always a question as a kid that I had. I know my husband had it as a kid as well, of how are we the true religion when we only started in 1879? Where were Jehovah's Witnesses before then? Well, I'll let the Watchtower explain it. So in the November 2014 Watchtower, it says, for centuries, there have only been a sprinkling of faithful worshipers, but no organized people for his name. And then in 1914 was when Jesus started ruling in heaven, but didn't actually show himself, even though that's what it says in the Bible is going to happen. And that started the beginning of the conclusion of this system of things. And then in 1919, God made it clear that it was the JWs that were the chosen religion, but also the governing body is still not inspired. So I don't know how they would know that. Anyway, none of it really makes any sense. So essentially what they're claiming is that after the apostles died, there were a few faithful worshipers of God for approximately 1850 years. And then God specifically chose Charles Taze Russell at the age of 27, even though he didn't really start the Jehovah's Witnesses, he just started publishing literature. But they claim that that was the beginning. God decided to choose and organize people for his name. JWs are it. We said so. That's the proof. I'm going to need a little bit more proof than that. I'm going to need a little bit more proof than just trust me, bro, because you've got people's lives in your hand. I mean, you're ruling people's lives. You're ruling their medical decisions, their clothing, their careers, college, who they marry. You're ruling everything. And you claim it's your God-given right to do so, but you also claim that you're not inspired. So why are people trusting you? And who's to say you're God's chosen people? You? Only you? That's not enough proof. And you can just cherry pick scripture, but that still doesn't prove anything. Flipping over to Matthew 24:45 to say, well, it says the faithful and discreet slave, and we've decided to change our name to the faithful and discreet slave, doesn't make you anything. It makes you manipulators. And you've done a really good job. I mean, I have to give props for that because my family is still convinced you guys are ruling by God. Friends of mine that I've had for over 20 years